We want to graph this equation. To do that, we're going to find the vertical asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes. I'm also going to put the x-intercepts in there. The vertical asymptotes are when the denominator equals 0, are undefined points. Factoring this, x plus 2 times x minus 2, I can see that'll be x equals 2 and negative 2. So I'm going to have two vertical asymptotes that my graph cannot cross at 2, and negative 2. My horizontal asymptote is the coefficients in front of the leading terms. When the leading terms are the same degree, then the coefficients in front, which would be 1 over 1, or 1, will be my horizontal asymptote. And I can cross a horizontal asymptote, but it means out towards the right and left sides of my graph. My graph should be approaching those. The x-intercept is when the numerator equals 0, which factoring this, get x plus 1, x minus 1 equals 0. Setting those equal to 0, I get 1 and negative 1, so I have 2 points here for my graph. Now what I need to do is figure out how to sketch this. Well, I could also get my y-intercept if I wanted to, and that would be when x equals 0 in the numerator and denominator, I'd have negative 1 over negative 4, which is 1/4. So that means I have a point right about here. So that tells me right now I'm going to connect between these three points. And each of these x-intercepts were odd. They only occurred once, which means I have to cross them, which means I'm going to have to approach my asymptotes going down on both sides of those points. Now, because my asymptotes were also odd, they only occurred once each. Since I approached this one going down, I'm going to have to approach it going up from the other side, which means then going out to the left, I'll approach my horizontal asymptote. Same thing here. Because I approach the asymptote going down on one side and it's an odd asymptote, I'll have to approach it going up on the other, which then means I'll go out to the right for my horizontal asymptote as well.